had to stop. I might get arrested by this man, but this is just an unusual little vehicle. That's wicked. I don't know what the hell it is. It's a Renault something. That would be ideal for Jib. Maybe need another seat, but I guess it wouldn't look as slick then. Huh? They're usually quite possessive about their vehicle, so I was waiting for him to come over and have a word, but I think this might be a bit of a money area. I was actually panicking for a second, I think I'm on the wrong side of the road, but it's all good. Oh my, I just cannot believe this weather. February the 14th, Valentine's Day, and I'm on my bike sweating. And later on, I'll be at home sweating. No, I wish. Sorry, darling. Joke. Joke. But we decided not to get each other Valentine's presents this year because we've got quite a busy few months coming up. Several visitors coming for holidays. Jeff and Synth down on the 20th. Hi guys, can't wait till you get here. And I may have been able to procure a motorcycle if you fancy a wee spin, weather permitting. Looking forward to seeing you on the 20th. Let's hit the high road. Not got a clue where we are again. Ooh, big bump. That would look like a nice place to spend a Sunday afternoon. I always freak out when I see the road cleaners here. I think they're coppers. Not very often you see that done in public. Now I must confess, I'm a bit of a, I don't know, I'm a bit of an all sorts rider. I can never make up my mind whether I prefer riding on my own or riding with a pack. It sounds so good, doesn't it? Riding with a pack. No, sometimes it's nice to be out as part of a group, part of a collective. And other times I find it just so peaceful, so relaxing, so de-stressing to be out on my own. I say even with the wife on the back, she loves the bike, which is why I get away with so much. Thank you for that, my lover. Ooh, it did sound a bit Cornish there, eh? Thank you for that, my lover. But yeah, I do get away with a lot. She's a wonderful woman. But sometimes, like I say, especially when you're on your own riding, you find yourself inside your own head and your own mind thinking, you know, what the hell is going on, sort of what ifs and this, that and the other. And you know, sometimes I wonder what would happen if I hadn't met Di. What would happen if I didn't have diabetes? Where would I be? What would I be doing? Like when I first got diabetes, we'd been on a local TV program. Well, actually, it's all over the world. It's called Deal or No Deal. Open the red boxes and the blue boxes, and the banker tries to buy your box off you. And I went on that box. I won a nice, decent amount of money. It wasn't a life-changing amount of money, but it changed our lives. And all these sorts of things, you know, we sort of went off to Egypt for 3 months, did several diving courses with the intention of travelling the rest of the world for the rest of our lives, teaching diving. And the day I did my rescue diver course, which I'm happy to say I passed, was the day they were doing the IDC, the instructor's course. So apparently they only do that 4 times a year at that specific place. I don't know whether it's that specific place or all over the world. But so we thought we'll go back to England. And as soon as we arrived, we got to thinking, you know, what happens if we don't immediately get successful with the dive shop, dive school? We'll need some other source of income. So working offshore is quite big up in Scotland on the oil rigs. So I figured I'll go and do that. So I went and did my ropes and slinging course and my green hand course to enable me to work offshore. Can't remember now, 2 or 3 weeks course, passed that. And on the day I got the results, I've been suffering from like thirst for several days. So I've always drunk a lot, be it alcohol or just normal liquid. And so I didn't give it much thought, but Di said, you know, I should go to the doctors and see what it is. And sadly he told me I had diabetes, which unfortunately put paid to the working your way around the world teaching diving, because although I can still dive and love it, I cannot be responsible for somebody's life, i.e. I can't teach anybody to dive, which was a bit of a wrencher. And then the next spanner in the works was I also couldn't work offshore because I may be in charge of some pretty vital equipment at night on my own, divers down in the water, so on and so forth. And Mr. Badger might have had a bit of a seizure and passed out. Thankfully that's never been a problem for me. I've never had anything like that. I get all the warning signs when the sugar levels are low and take the proper measures. But it sort of changed our lives. It changed what we were actually going to have to do and what we wanted to do. And but then my wife had her second spinal fusion, and we decided we were going to Orlando on holiday with some friends, and but we were really scoping it out to see if it was a possible place to move, because she was told if she moved to a warm climate, her pain and suffering would ease a lot, and she would probably end up halving the amount of painkilling tablets she was on. And she's been on a lot of tablets since she was a young girl. So we went there, but at the end of the day, it was just far too big, far too spread out. So we cancelled that idea, went back to sunny, not Scotland. My wife remembered why she moved away, because 6 months of the year it's snowing, the other 6 months of the year it's windy or rainy. I think you get about 2 weeks of sunshine, during which time Scotland becomes a naked fest and everybody just strips their clothes off and lets the sun burn them, which can be quite amusing. But then my wife's father, who had served in Gibraltar for several years, said, you know, Gibraltar's a lovely place, hot climate most of the year, and it's just as easy to move from Scotland to Gibraltar as it was from Scotland to Liverpool, say. So we went for that, and we've been there for 3 years and haven't looked back since. Needless to say, the wife's on half the amount of painkilling tablets she used to be. Bless her, soldiering on. But yeah, it's just all sorts of things you think of when you're riding around in your crash helmet on your own. And getting back to what would have happened to me if, and so on and so forth, I wouldn't change a thing. I left the planet for a little bit when I was told I had diabetes, because all the plans we'd made and so on and so forth, and it did put a major spanner in the works of what we plan to do for our lives. And but the way we are now, the feelings I've got for my wife, wouldn't change it for the world. As long as we're together, and as long as I'm making her happy, that's all I can ask for. I could ask for several other things, but she wouldn't hear me because the poor cow has developed tinnitus. And just come back from another doctor's appointment to be told she's slowly losing her hearing. So the next thing on the cards is to see a specialist to see if it is a progressive thing. Weird looking motor vehicle. To see if it's a progressive thing or it's just, you know, she's had some sort of infection, it's infected her eardrums and it's as bad as it's going to get. Hopefully that's the case. But knowing how, like, it probably won't be. But through it all, you know, you could always say, why me, why us? But at the end of the day, you've got to play the cards you dealt with. These are the cards we've been dealt, and we'll play them. And play them with your head held high. Diane's cousin, my favourite cousin-in-law, hold it, matey. I don't think I know anybody that's had more operations than her. And although she whinges, no, I'm only kidding. But she soldiers on. You got to do what you got to do. You can be miserable, you can blame everybody. It's not going to help. You just got to get on with your life, make the best of the situation you're in, and have as much fun as you can in the process. But she's lucky. She's got a good man. Well, a Doug. Everybody needs a Doug. When the sun's out, one must make videos. Right, that's it for that one, YouTubers. Sorry it wasn't so cheerful and funny, but you got a little bit of Badger's history. For now, keep the rubber down, shiny side up. This is Badger. I'm gone.